Just like a proper live highlight reel. Hope you didn't bet on the wrong fighter. That's how it goes in BKL. Expect the unexpected.
2人組なのか。どっちかな。じゃあなのでセーブできてるのかな、わからんけど。やめてみようかな。やめよう、もういいや。どうしようかな。でも前回切れちゃってからなんかやだな。
The appeal of fascist politics is about strong men, and they are usually men, because it's about saying there are simple problems that are really easy to define, say immigration, and there are simple solutions to stop immigration. And they are really appealing because they make sense of a world that can often feel really complicated and confusing, and they do offer, or seem to offer, action instead of what politics can often be, which is a kind of messy set of compromises where no one gets really what they want, everyone gets a little bit of it. And that's the problem, really. If you're in a situation where it looks like someone is going to do something incredible and transformative, but of course, either it never really delivers, or it delivers at a huge cost to, for example, dehumanising people. And I think you see that in the rhetoric around immigration. If you say immigrants are a problem, we're going to stop them, it's a legitimate political stance for a country to want to control its borders. But the way that that's done can often end up being very cruel and inhumane, because what you have said is immigrants specifically are the problem. Not every fascist is a populist, but they are two interlinked styles of government, really. Because what fascists tend to do is rely on narratives of deep change and of enemies. I think that's one of the hallmarks of this style of politics, where you represent your opponents not just as people who disagree with you, but as existential threats, as evil people. So you see it in the course of the run-up to the Second World War, where Jewish people are represented as, rats and a scourge. You see it with Muslims, where they are represented as coming to take over and replace white people. So you have big defined groups of enemies that the person who is trying to convince you to vote for them, or later on simply to support their regime perhaps, needs to defeat. There is always an enemy to be defeated. Unfortunately, one of the things we're very bad at as humans is recognising different things when they don't look like previous examples. So I think in pre-crisis Britain we had an idea that when fascism came it would look again like the 1930s. It would look like a single charismatic leader. It would look like a jackboots in the street and huge flags. And it didn't look like that. It looked like social media groups. It looked like poisoning the well so that no information could be trusted. It had its own specific flavour, and that, I think, blinded people, as did a kind of complacency that things aren't ever going to get that bad ever again. That's a problem for the past. We're much more sophisticated now. We're not going to succumb to these great moods of emotion where everyone is hysterically listening to a leader. Well, guess what? People don't change that much.
Where do authoritarians come from? Before the crisis,
Populism started to rise as a response to a series of problems. Now, some of these were true, some of them were false. There was a financial crisis. People were poor, they were less secure than they were looking for easy answers. There was a refugee crisis. I mean, the extent to which that was an actual crisis is frankly questionable. There wasn't actually that many people coming over. But what you had was mainstream news reflecting really quite right-wing rhetoric, portraying what was ultimately a trickle of boats as a major crisis hitting the country. And once you get into that situation, you are primed for having authoritarian leaders with fictitious but easy answers come along with a populist message and basically say to you, look, I will take care of the problem. I will make it all go away. So how do populists capture existing political parties or institutions? The truth is this usually happens in about 3 different ways. The first one is the easiest one. You set up a party, you win an election, you take over. But that doesn't actually happen that often. And the second way is a bit more common, which is that you basically find yourself in coalition with usually a mainstream right-wing party. And this has happened this is exactly what happened, of course, in the 1920s in Italy with Mussolini. It's exactly what happened in the 1940s in Germany with Hitler, which is that the mainstream bring them into power. And there they think they can control them, but you can never control this kind of party. They will always take charge. The third way is the most pernicious and the one that we recognise least. And that's when basically from the opposition, from the media, right-wing populists get their message out against immigrants, against corrupt elites, supposedly corrupt elites, and just pump out that message, pump out these frames of reference, and by virtue of that they take control of the political dialogue from well away from power.
It's easy to slide from democracy to totalitarianism. It's a lot harder to fight your way back again. But that's what we're here for. You've been listening to Buccaneer with me, Tash. Thanks to our guests for having the courage to talk to us. Keep listening, tell your friends, and spread the word. There's nobody to fix this but us.
But what you had was mainstream news reflecting really quite right-wing rhetoric, portraying what was ultimately a trickle of boats as a major crisis hitting the country. And once you get into that situation, you are primed for having authoritarian leaders with fictitious but easy answers come along with a populist message and basically say to you, look, I will take care of the problem. I will make it all go.
なんだっけ
So
なんだっけどうしようこれかこれやるかい
Populists capture existing political parties or institutions. The truth is this usually happens in about 3 different ways. The first one is the easiest one. You set up a party, you win an election, you take over. But that doesn't actually happen that often. And the second way is a bit more common, which is that you basically find yourself in coalition with usually a mainstream right-wing party. And this has happened this is exactly what happened, of course, in the 1920s in Italy with Mussolini. It's exactly what happened in the 1940s in Germany with Adolf Hitler, which is that the mainstream bring them into power. And there they think they can control them, but you can never control this kind of party. They will always take charge. The third way is the most pernicious and the one that we recognise least. And that's when basically from the opposition, from the media, right-wing populists get their message out against immigrants, against corrupt elites, supposedly corrupt elites, and just pump out that message, pump out these frames of reference, and by virtue of that they take control of the political dialogue from well away from power.
It's easy to slide from democracy to totalitarianism. It's a lot harder to fight your way back again. But that's what we're here for. You've been listening to Buccaneer with me, Tash. Thanks to our guests for having the courage to talk to us. Keep listening, tell your friends, and spread the word. There's nobody to fix this but us.
Ow. Ginger.
Now, that's the way to start the day. Star Roger.
Auto drive now
Wake
enabled.
up and experience the coffee.
Auto drive now disabled.
Welcome back to The Upload. Today we're talking about cryptocurrency. Crypto now seems like it's been around forever, but it's really quite a new invention. Were you an early adopter?
I was one of the first that was in this market. There seemed to be a new way of financial transactions, a new way of money. It's something that we could completely reinvent and change some of the legacy financial systems around the world and really give power back to the people.
Yeah, it was a real shift in the way that the world works. Let's recap the basics. So, central to cryptocurrency is the distribution ledger technology.
뭐라? 오케이?
Urgent call. Possible hostile at your location.
Received. Watching for suspect.
Negative. No visual of the suspect.
Terminating pursuit and coming back.
근데? 그래? 그래도 응? どこ？中？上？これ何？これ何？無理だ、入れない。何？ファストトラベル？何？あ、違う。なんだい？ 어떻게 하고 있니?
Search and alert protocol.
It's like Albion lifted up their leg and sprayed everywhere, marking the whole borough. They want everyone to know they're top dog.
There's going to be that much less once you're done here. Let's give Camden a break from these eyesores.
Okay, I'm on it.
This time.
If you hijacked that scissor lift, you could use it to access the rooftop.
Good. 이거. うんどうやって行くんだ。どうやるんだろう。なんでここに来させられたんだろう。行く理由があるのか。ここに来た理由。あ、これで登れんの。出るのかい。出るのかい。出ちゃうのかい。おー、つけた。
Yes, nicely done. That'll get people's attention. Let them know someone is standing up to Albion. Light the spark that they can stand up to.
If nothing else, it'll relieve their eye strain.
Now what?
We're already seeing results from what you've done. That list we found named a journalist in Camden who's been investigating Albion. We reached out and he's got information that can help us. I think you should meet with him.
Send me that location.
セーブってできたのかな。やめたいんだけどな。 れどっから来たんだっけ。あ、ここだ。これ飛び越えたんだっけ。ああ、痛い痛い。こんなでかいのもいけるんだ。そう。じゃない。こんにちは。
I heard you need help with the situation.
You're the crew that's been sticking it to Albion? Can't believe someone else is. Thought I was alone, right? Not doing much, just putting the word out. But you? Taking action, mate.
No other way but to fight back, or else we'll wake up one day and Albion would have taken every single one of our rights. So here you have intel for us, Bedrin.
Almost got clip finding this. All of Albion's operational data for the entire city. Convoy routes, surveillance targets, assets. It's all there. Thinking you can make good use of that.
You got that right.
Here's a sample. Albion's closed King's Cross to the public, right? But what people don't know is that they're using it as their logistics centre. Materials, troops, whatever. A lot of it runs through there. You want to give the people a huge boost? Hit that place. Put it out of commission, and you'll severely hamstring Albion's operations here in Camden. Hell, everywhere.
I guess we know what to do then.
セーブできたんですか？もうわかんねえ。できたってことにしよう。はい、もうやめる。はい。わかんない。なんか、ウォッチドックスのマークとかが画面の端っこに出てきて、セーブができてますみたいなマークがあったりとかするとわかりやすいんだけどな。わかんねえ。まあいいや。やめるぜ。もうやめるぜ。じゃあ今回はここまで。またお願いします。失礼します。